Okay, so I got a request for the numerical response number 1 for the grade 9 2015 PAT. Probably going to be my last request. Again, I'm just recording it on Zoom to make it super simple. One thing I do want to say about this question is most likely, in my opinion at the moment, this would be a question more fitted towards part A as opposed to being part B. I'm still going to go over it just so we're clear about it. And the reason for that is before 2019, there was only one math PAT. And then in 2019 is when they brought up the two of the mental math and the I guess non-mental math portion. But let's go ahead and let's go through this one here. So what we need to do is decide where these numbers are going to fall on this number line. So it's going back to really the rational numbers unit. Now, it all depends on how your brain wants to see it. For this one, because we're dealing with some numbers here, I think it's going to be best to convert all these numbers into decimals, and then we can place them on the number line. So -1 3/4. So 3/4, if you remember from one of my videos, I had done the 3/4, like literally 3/4. That's going to be 0.75. The only difference now is we have a whole number. So that's going to change this one into -1.75. So that's what that one's going to be. The next one is going to be 13/8. So we need to think about what's the closest I can get 13 to go into 8 as a decimal. So it's going to be about one whole and a little bit left over. So as a decimal with this one, it's going to be 1.625. Okay. And almost always the ones that end in 8 are going to be like that 0.25. Now, the other two are going to be a little bit simpler. They are actually just given to us in decimal form. So 1.125 and -0.875. So now we just have to start to order them. So -1 3/4 are -1.75. So if it's negative, of course, I'm going to be looking at the left portion of my number line. So where that's going to fall is it's going to fall here. Now, it's not -1. It's a little bit past -1. I don't want to say if it's bigger or smaller, but past -1. So the closest I'm going to get is going to be 0.75. That's going to be really close to 2 if I were to round that up. So the closest I'm going to get is going to be this point here, which is going to be 0.1. The 13/8 or the 1.625, well, that's going to be a positive integer, or positive decimal. So it's going to be sitting on this side of the number line. 1.26, it's a little, sorry, 1.6 is a little bit past 1.5. So the closest I can get, 0.5 would be here. So the closest I'm going to get is probably going to be 7 to be 1.6. And then our last one, last couple two, we just have to find where they go. 1.125. Well, that's definitely going to be 1. It's a little bit bigger than 1. It's a little past 1 on the number line. So that's going to be falling with 0.6. And our last one is -8.75. Sorry, clearly I've been doing this for a while today. Our last one is -0.8, which is going to be close to -1, but not quite -1. It's not quite a whole number. So that's going to be best represented by 0.4. All right, and there you have it. Hey, good luck everyone studying for those PATs.